Det går på digital rehabiliteringslogistikk, hvordan bygge, gjenbruke og reise et byggverk samtidig. Nå er vi spent.
Jeg er også veldig spent. Jeg har blitt bedt om å gjøre det i Pecha Kutcha-style, og det skal jeg gjøre. For dere som ikke kjenner Pecha Kutcha, det er 20 slides med 20 sekunder per slide. Ganske utfordrende. Trenger litt energi fra meg. Og derfor har jeg valgt å bruke det på mitt energispråk, og det er engelsk. Håper det er greit for dere. Da kjører vi på. So, a colleague of mine at Catenda told me this fantastic story about a house that one of her relatives owns, which was moved 40 kilometers. And this was done about 120 years ago. Can you imagine that, like moving a whole house 40 kilometers 120 years ago with nothing really to help you apart from horses and boats and stuff? And when they took this house apart recently, they found markings on the wall to show like how to put the house together. Now I reckon they did this with some of the goals that we're doing today, like without drawings and maybe even without paper. They did it back then just using their brains. The biggest refurbishment project that I've been involved in is this one at Ås, a building which is over 100 years old, which we were to put in a whole load of new high-tech equipment. And this was a building with all sorts of funny shapes and stuff, and fortunately here we had BIM to help us. Otherwise it would have cost a whole lot more and taken a whole lot longer. I had a fantastic digital experience here where we took what was usually something which only goes to designers and to the project engineers, and we made it available to the tradesmen out on site. And it really did make a fantastic difference. So here at Catenda, we have a goal of making the construction industry data-driven, and through that, achieving fantastic performance for our customers and sustainability. Our platform is basically a cloud platform which brings together anybody who's interested in the project and can run useful workflows throughout the whole of the building's life cycle. We have two principles, and those are, we use open international standards whenever we communicate and when we design our software, and we share the data that's in the software. And all you need to get into these fantastic workflows is a device with a browser, mobile telephone, a computer, or for example, a tablet. What we're doing once we're in there is we are connecting together all of the information. We're basing it around the model, we're connecting it to issues, we're connecting issues to other information and people, we're commenting on the issues. We have the structure of the model, which tells you what all the different objects belong to, what kind of classifications they have, and we can connect to external resources which can have, for example, product information, building codes, and so on. All this is connected together so that you can look at this as a person, or you can say, okay, I'm an object, what am I involved in? You can say I'm whatever. Or a product, where's the product being used? And one of the great things about our data is that this data is not ours, it's your data. Anytime you like, you can take that data out of there and you can export all of it. So it's not like Hotel California where you're there and you're stuck forever. Your data comes out whenever time you want to. Of course, we want to keep it there because we reckon it's the best place to keep it. And if that's not enough to interest you, if you want, you can actually build your own software based on our APIs, because we're offering this technology and this ability to host information out to anybody. So you can either white label it or you can design other stuff on top of what we have already programmed. So here's a couple of examples. Piece of democratization of data. Sørum Kommune have made 3D models of what they are planning to build available for all of the citizens. And here's a deeper integration which then takes our technology and creates an estimating tool out of our technology, which is using our viewers to show what you're estimating. So what we now have is an ecosystem that is developing around BIMsync, where customers and partners are developing things like VR systems connected, cost and facility maintenance systems. We're connecting up to product data repositories and running analytics on this using our software. Now, instead of talking about recycling and refurbishment, I want to talk about circular, because circular really embodies both of those things. And the European Union is really pushing for circular as a solution for climate change, waste management, and scarcity of resources. And this is a big thing. Not many countries have actually made a roadmap of this, but interestingly, we're seeing that cities, like, for example, London here, are creating a circular roadmap which is going to have a massive effect on our industry. Basically, they're saying, new products, we're not so interested in them anymore, we actually want to start using stuff again. This concept here, building as material banks, really interesting concept. A building can be reused, every single part of it. And this thing here, material passports. Well, I think that in Norway we have a fantastic opportunity to be able to create material passports. We have a good tradition of digitally handling our product data and democratizing this data. So we should be leading this. With the right cooperation in Norway, we could make this as something that we lead. Now, to finish off, I would like to invite you home to my very own building as a material bank. As we are speaking, there's some craftsmen who are just finishing off these windows in the roof of my house because I had to replace them. And naturally, I've got my building as a digital twin in BIMsync, and I've connected product data to that. So I wanted to show you this just to say that this isn't future, this is now. It's possible to do now, and we should be doing this, rather than waiting for the perfect solution to do that. So that was basically my 8 minutes, I think. Love to speak to you afterwards. We have a stand, and join us in this adventure to build better together.
Thanks, Rupert. It was great. This was the first actually real Pecha Kutcha. 20 slides, each 20 seconds makes 6 minutes and 40. So we have been working really hard on this. Yeah. That's the thing we want to do. Short presentations, the essence, and then